memorial function was held remembering a former Assam Chief Minister and a veteran Congress leader Tarun Gogoi at the Taj Vivanta in Guwahati today. The memorial function was organized by Gogoi's family members. Rich tributes were paid to the veteran leader during the program, attended by top personalities from all spheres. The function started with the traditional borgeet by renowned Assam singer Zubeen Garg. And delivering a talk on the occasion, author of Tarun Gogoi's biography and Northeast Live Editor-in-Chief Wasbir Hussain remembered Gogoi as a true Jatiyatabadi or nationalist leader from Assam. Others who spoke on the occasion were industrialist Ranjit Thakur and Congress leader Pranati Phukon.
I'd like to begin by paying my Shraddhanjali or tribute to Tarun Gogoi Dangoria, a man I admired and respected the most for a number of reasons. The foremost among them being his frank and blunt nature, and of course for his uncompromising political and social values. I also belong to Jorhat. He was a few years younger to my father, but I used to address him as Torunda. Perhaps because 36 years ago when I first met him, I found him so dashing and friendly that I must have on that occasion decided to address him as Dada. So that continued, my addressing him as Torunda. I first met him, I remember, I was a very young journalist and I met him in Guwahati. On that occasion, I walked up to him, I introduced myself and said that I want to speak to him. And when a journalist speaks to a politician, of course it has to be most of the time for professional reasons. So I walked up to him and introduced myself, and he asked me a few things personal as to where I belong and so on and so forth. Then he addressed all my questions as if he was talking to a very senior journalist. That was what endeared me to him. Here was me, a rookie reporter, talking to an already established parliamentarian. That was Tarun Gogoi actually. He wanted to communicate with the masses. He used to communicate with the masses, that was his foremost thing. He wanted to make his thoughts reach the people. And therefore, he interacted so frequently with the media, and no wonder he remained the face of the party that was so dear to him. The party's ideology, that is the Congress, till the end. Till the end, he was interacting with the people. Even from his hospital bed, he made an appeal. And that is something extremely unique about the man and about Tarun Gogoi Dangoria. Sometime around 2007, one day, after having heard from him firsthand about his life and the times in which he lived, I walked up to him at his official residence, Koina, that used to be the Chief Minister's official residence then. And I met him and I told him, let us start. Start what? Ki start koriba. We were walking, there was a lovely lawn in Koina. We were walking in that lawn and let us start. I mean, armbo koro diyo. What are you going to start? I said, your biography, to chronicle your life. He said, okay. Then he said that more at a trunk, I have a trunk in Titabar, and it is full of materials. My letters from Indira Gandhi, my letters to Indira Gandhi, my replies from Indira Gandhi, and so on and so forth. And he said that he will bring that trunk and give me access to all those materials which is inside. Then, being a chief minister is a busy man, and I said that let me go to Titabar, I will find that trunk myself. Then he said okay. Then he arranged, of course, then I went to Titabar. Unfortunately, over the years, that box of his got lost over time. And the only way left for me, apart from laying my hand, I couldn't lay my hands on those most important materials. And I had to have intense discussions with him. 30 to 40 sessions I had despite his busy schedule. I met him, and this interaction made me realize that he was much more than what I had known during my brief meetings earlier. Aji moi eta kotha kobo bisarisu je Tarun Gogoi Dangoria ejon Jatiyotobadi, ejon true Jatiyotobadi neta asil. He was a Jatiyotobadi neta in the sense that Jatiyotobad is not the sole preserve of only regional parties or regional forces. Jatiyotobad is a different thing. Speaking for your state, speaking for your country, speaking for your people. This is Jatiyotobad. And Torunda was a true Jatiyotobadi neta. He was a true Jatiyotobadi till the end of his last breath, as we saw in the audio visual, that small little bite. He said that he will speak for the people of Assam, speak for the state of Assam. So these are some of the qualities which is extremely rare to find these days, and he did not regard his political rivals as enemies. He said that politics was the Harajika ase. So he was a person who could take the people's mandate at face value and never tried to go against the verdict of the people. That was another quality. So in the end, what I'd like to say is that here was a man known for his values, known for his love of Assam. He was a man who lived life to its full. He enjoyed life, and he was, of course, witty and wit and humor. And as this picture suggests, this is the personality, that smile, which will forever remain in the hearts and minds of the people of Assam. And that is how we would all like to remember Torunda.
I think the guru of socio-economic leadership in Assam and Northeast has only been one, and that is late Tarun Gogoi. He's truly a guru. And what do you call a guru? Guru who actually takes old things and make it new, and makes people believe in it and give them justice, health, and vision. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and admirers of Tarun Gogoi who are here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is really a privilege to be conversing with you today. Thank you for having nominated me to this very sad and yet refreshingly interesting, thought-provoking conversation with you. I'm sorry that I'm not being able to communicate with the millions of smiles Tarunji would have communicated with. He was indeed smiling from the heart.